This recording is going to cover creating a job ad and making sure it stands out to all potential employees. So I'm going to start out with my jobs. And in my jobs, I have draft, pending, open, and expired. As you can see, I have 2 jobs open at the moment, so people can apply for them. I've got no pending or drafts. So if I wanted to create a fresh job, I can click list a job, but to save time, let's go for one I've already completed. So I'm going to edit this job here for personal assistant. So the job title, I started with personal assistant because I think that's going to attract the type of person I want. You're going to use job title to make your listing stand out. It's going to be the first thing that potential employees see. So the job type I've got is part-time work. You can see I've selected an hourly rate range as well as an hours per week this position is going to attract. It's got my address and my region, the start date and closing date. Now this closing date is when the listing will become invisible and no one will be able to apply for it. You can see I've got the start as soon as possible, but I can make it negotiable if I like. Moving down the page, we're coming across summary. Now this is the most important part. A summary needs to cover everything about yourself, your interests, your hobbies, and the support that this position needs or the support that you want. So I've mentioned I'm a young adult. I like getting active and being outdoors. I like the sports and music. So there's a good understanding of who I am as a person, but then I also describe the sort of support that I need. So I need assistance with my morning routine, and it could be anything from transferring me out of my chair into the toilet or shower, or just getting dressed in the morning. So you can see I've covered everything from who I am as a person to the support that this position needs to provide me. Moving down, we get to the job categories. Now, job categories are used to match my listing up against somebody else's profile. So I need help at home, personal care, disability support, transportation and companionship, and you can choose any number of these categories to help match against potential profiles. Moving down further, you just get more specific with the role. So household help, I don't need any help with cleaning my kitchen or bathroom or preparing any meals. Equipment experience, I just need someone who knows how to use a wheelchair. Meals, it could be anything from cooking breakfast to assisted feeding with a tube or without a tube. Personal care, I need help with all of the options, so that's dressing, exercise, lifting, toileting and showering. And you can choose any of those, or if you don't need any assistance, you just leave them blank. The last category is transport. So I need help with my errands, appointments, outings, and then my social activities that I do. So moving down the page, you get to the requirements for the person who you would like to employ. So the driver's license I need is a full car license, but it's not required, it is desirable. If the person needed to have their full license to get me around, I would set that as required. Their own vehicle, a car, is only desired, so I don't need them to have their own car. I don't need any previous experience because I can provide all the training for them on the job, and I don't need any special qualifications for them to have. Languages, I would desire that they be a native English speaker, but of course it's not required again. Sign language or te reo maybe, but they're not necessary either. Moving down past languages is your availability. So this is where you indicate roughly at what times during the week this work will be provided. It doesn't have to be set in stone, it's just a guide. And like I said, I've ticked this box here that says there is some flexibility in the hours. So you can set which day of the week and which sort of time during the day or even overnight that this work is required. Moving further down, you've got the last few questions. Do you want to include a CV with their application? Do you need them to have the right to work in NZ? And that is always ticked unless this is a volunteer position. And the last thing here is a personalized question. So I've got a big German Shepherd at home and I need to make sure that this person is comfortable working in an environment with a big dog around. And you can set a question for it to be free text if you want to ask them something more specific. So once I'm finished there, I can hit save. If this job was the first time I had edited it, I could click open, which would be here, and it would make it open. So since the job is already open, I'll hit save. And the job is ready to go. Anybody can apply for it.